Welcome to the RPG Blender, where we give lesser played games or forgotten settings the roll of the dice they deserve. I'm your host, Game Master George, thrilled to welcome you to this edition of Grab Bag Gaming. The super metal Astral Calicos have created peace through destruction. But can they rebuild the temple before Gregor's arrival? So join us as we step into a world of mayhem and public relations in RPG Blender's Grab Bag Gaming Nice Marines.
Yeah, the motor seems right.
Fucking finally! I fire. I open fire. I lay every shell I have. I've been polishing them for days. I've been waiting.
Okay, the chapel is well and truly decimated, as is much of the surrounding area, but that's fine. It leaves you much more room to build.
It's very confusing as I'm yelling for Gregor as I destroy his beautiful chapel.
Yeah, there's a lot
Glory of Gregor!
Yeah. All right, boys. We now need to make an even better chapel for Gregor's arrival.
Yes, and I leap off into the air screaming, "Reduce, reuse, recycle!" as I look for bones.
I'm pretty sure we'll spend however much time it takes to rebuild this chapel to make it better, full of more bones, and most importantly, accessible for Space Marines.
Yes.
Bigger doors. First fucking thing on the agenda.
Right,
Bigger doors made of bone.
And strong floors. I mean, come on.
Strong
like,
floors.
what is that?
Okay.
It's like just lazy at that point.
Strong floors, big
But-
doors, can't lose.
But a little give for lower back support.
Right. A little goo.
Gotta be.
I don't
Sixth
know.
and a half most common death of Space Marines.
Yeah.
For arch support.
Goo turf.
Yeah, I mean, I got my Dr. Scholl's in
We
my
can use-
fucking graph boots.
In your
Yeah.
size 30 fucking boots or
In
whatever.
my Grim Greaves, yeah.
We'll use the destroyed flesh of the collateral damage as the bedrock for the floors.
We could probably use the sorry, I should Bob Vila this. We could probably use the lacerated skin as sort of a cement-based asphyxiant to put the place back together.
That's the kind of thinking that we need.
Really, truly incredible.
I mean, I can't take all the credit for myself. And I pull out the little Bible boy book and say, I learned it from my boy Gregor.
The hungriest of lads.
Hail
The
to the hungry.
hungriest of lads. Meow, meow to the hungry lad.
Meow, meow. And we start building.
Okay, are you working through the night?
Yes,
Are you staying up past Gregor's bedtime?
Well, as we get to that point, Adrius will say, Iggy, Alexander, do you think we should brave the night to build this chapel? What do we think? And he'll turn pointedly to Alexander.
I turn to you, Sergeant Captain, First Grade. I think, yes, we should, because we don't have a tremendous amount of time before he gets here, and through our sacrifice is his bedtime all the sweeter.
Turns slowly to Iggy.
Iggy is just like, he heaves this massive sigh and then starts to unpack the mortar, but like really sad.
Alexander, why don't you keep working then? I believe Iggy and I will turn in for the evening.
Well, yes, Sergeant Captain First Grade. Yes, I will continue the labors. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Meow, comply. And I stumble back towards the building and continue to construct.
Of course, at this point, while Iggy is unpacking the mortar and mournfully polishing and setting up the shells, Adrius will come over and sort of be standing in front of him where he's kneeling, so you can just sort of see him purposely just standing over him.
You see, as I'm standing there, I'm still writing, like, with the blood from my blood bag before. I'm writing on one of the shells to my second most recent friend, and just, like, really having a tough time with this. And I kind of look up at you as your shadow comes over me in the moonlight, and I go, you realize it'll have to wait till morning, because if we do this now, we'll be up past bedtime, and that we can't do that.
The only proper sending off for someone of Alexander's service is proper duty to the Emperor and a glorious parade.
I've not had a parade 2-3 weeks. It's about time.
In the meantime, it's past our bedtime.
Betty boy. Yes, Captain Sergeant. I fall on my side and immediately fall asleep, as I was taught to do in Gregorian Bible school. Just like immediately on my back, just down.
Adrius gives a couple solemn nods and then goes ragdoll and falls asleep.
Okay. And Alexander works through the night.
I work through the night, but as the two of them are sleeping, I go over and unlike all the gingerness that we tried to apply to the buildings and people around us, I gingerly reload their weapons, polish them. I load the mortar, and I just make sure that their shit is good and their chain swords are clean. And then I go back to building and I say, "Sweet, sweet baby angels," and then I go back.
So to represent the work that you completed for this day, I will take a a building and repairing things roll from each of you, and I will take 2 from Alexander the Bloody.
Great start.
Oh, actually, I need to gather information from you, Alexander.
Oh, okay. All right, because I just rolled 2 build and repairs. I'm going to keep them because they're both horrific. And then I'm going to roll this gather information.
Guys, I think we might not be good at building things.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, I got which one do you want first?
Gather information.
I got a 3. I got a 3. I'm scared.
You got a 3. Okay. As you load the mortar shell into the mortar, reloading all of his weapons, you do notice something written on blood in it before it then slides into the compartment and is wiped away. Now I'll take your building and repairing things rolls.
Oh, okay. I mutter to myself, "I'm so pious." And I rolled. My first roll was a 2, and then my second roll was a 1.
You had to have known you weren't long for this world.
I mean,
I was too sweet and confused.
Were we supposed to roll something too? Was Ed and I?
You were each supposed to roll 1.
Okay, got it.
one build. Okay, got it.
Yes.
That's a 2 for your boy.
That's a 7 for my boy.
Okay.
God.
For your 7. You all begin rebuilding it. The work is slow, the work is hard. It takes a lot of work to get these bones. However, you have thankfully been graced with enough bones to complete your first day's work due to the anointed collateral damage. However, Adrius, you notice that you're probably going to need more, and you begin scouring nearby buildings for it. And as you do, you unfortunately, these buildings are not designed to withstand your peeking and prodding, and as you put your hands up to one of the windows to peer inside, they go straight through the window, ripping out a chunk of the building, which then collapses around you.
I really have to build these buildings better. And throws it into another building.
Which then, of course, starts a domino chain reaction that wipes out a city block.
See, that's just not safe.
Come the morning, you all wake up, yes?
I hope so.
Continue your work.
What?
I wake up screaming as I do every morning, but then it's fine.
Are we okay from the 2s and the 1s that we rolled, George? Or you've yet to reveal that? Oh, yes, you do. Okay.
No, boy, he's gonna do it. Oh boy.
Yep.
You wake up and you begin your work, and as you do, a legion of purple-robed individuals approach from the street.
I step outside of our pile of rubble, and I plant both of my feet. Hail!
Hail, anointed space marines!
What do you want?
We come to check the progress of the chapel. After all, it is soon that Gregor, the holy child, is to be wed at this place, to become the holy man-child.
Indeed. We are aware of his most holiest and warm arrivals. We are in the process of making a chapel truly proper for his hungry eminence. You're just checking in? Is that all this is?
We are checking in to make sure that it will all be completed as needed in order to facilitate his wedding to Carly Parker.
That was the other name that was easier to remember. That was it. There it is. Carly Parker. I forgot.
It's okay. It's okay. Okay, don't beat yourself up about it.
No, I will. We'll get that later.
Yes, it will be completed. However, we require more hands to handle the smaller, more insignificant tasks that we Space Marines cannot be bothered to handle while erecting such magnificence for the hungry lad.
But make sure you make the doors bigger this time.
Yes, doors need to be bigger, grounds need to be a little gooey but also stronger, and it needs to be accessible for Space Marines. It's a little off-putting.
Did you tell him about the bigger doors?
Yes, I told him about, and the doors need to be bigger.
Impressing civilians.
I'm so sorry, guys. I should not be here.
I love that. No. This is why you're our captain sergeant. This is great.
I mean, you're right. Par for the course, but
Is this the 20?
this is the 20.
Oh, fuck.
That was real close, but that's a 19.
So many people are about to die.
19. Oof, wow. We will see that you have the resources you require. Then they walk away.
Where are you going?
To procure your resources.
How many people are needed to procure resources?
He looks around. Roughly this many.
Is there anything I could roll to figure out if that's not true? I mean, it sounds real. It sounds legit.
Gathering information.
All right, I'll gather. 5.
If they are attempting to recruit roughly half the city, yeah.
That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people.
But that is a glorious temple.
That's true. Very well. For the glory of the Emperor.
For the glory of the Emperor.
Why are you talking? Go!
They go.
I scream from the steps, comply!
They're complying. And he walks back into the rubble.
And you.
Careful, Sarge.
resume
This is
your
a
work.
construction zone, and I'm like shooting a brick with my gun.
You successfully shoot the brick with your gun.
Nice!
You resume your work, and after a few minutes, a group begins to approach. A group of violet-robed individuals approach.
Wait, we just were approached by. Wait, no, those are purple robed, and now you brought us violet robed.
I looked at the sergeant and I go, is my grim helm on the blink, or is that a different color robe? I can't tell. It's so similar.
Oh shoot,
Yeah,
maybe mine is too. I don't.
I'm confused.
Told you it's on the blink.
All right. Goes back over to the exact same spot he stood in. Stands in his own rebel footprints. Hail!
Hail, mighty conquerors!
We are not conquerors, simply Marines in service of the hungry lad. What do you need? What are you getting the things? What's going on here?
We have simply come to check on the progress of the chapel to make sure that it will be ready in time for His Holy Emperor's wedding to Jace Millie.
Iggy!
Did you tell him about the doors?
No, not the doors. Iggy! What was the hungry lad's betrothed name?
It was either Zed or Chase Miller. That was the easier one to remember. I went with Zed, the bedwetting one. I couldn't remember the easy one.
What did you say that the hungry lad, may he forever be asleep at a proper, safe time? What did you say his betrothed name was?
Jace Millie.
Not Chase Parker.
Carly Parker? Of course not. That heathen, that harlot, she could never wed the Emperor.
That was it. I forgot it again.
Are you speaking ill of a potential betrothed to the Emperor?
Is not every female in the Emperor a potential betrothed?
Yes. Then he just stands
then
there.
it's not the potential that grants them special privilege, is it?
That is for the Emperor to decide. And he starts hefting his assault rifle.
And the Emperor, when he arrives, will surely choose to wed Jace Millie.
Now hold on a second. And I start scratching the chin of my helmet. And
I jumped from where I was building the chapel temple and try to land next to Adrius, having heard some of this. And Sergeant Captain First Grade, I'm tremendously confused. Should we kill them?
Well, hold on a second. Let me just scratch the old chin piece, and I'm gonna try and I don't know. Is there anything I can do to decipher what could possibly be the true name of the betrothed?
Gather information if you have some way to gather said information.
Violence.
All right.
Really
works.
my-
I found.
My Warhammer brain buddies. What is a Space Marine's means of communication?
What do you mean?
If we were trying to reach out beyond us to whatever our home would be, or something like that.
If there was a spaceship in orbit, we would hit the Vox network, which is the long range comms. And
As an ensign, do I have contacts on the bridge?
Sure.
Iggy bless Bartholomew. Yes, mate.
Oh, backed us into this one, boys. It was the long game.
Hey, get on the comm. Get on the comm. Let's see who's the true betrothed or betrothed. I mean, the hungry lad may be hungry for many a wife.
Boys, I just want to warn you, if I sound a bit funny, it's protocol, okay? This is Master Blaster calling up to the Godsplane Andromeda Super. Do you read me, Godsplane Andromeda Super? Master Blaster calling up.
I'm sorry.
Master Blaster, we read you right loud and clear. What can we do for you today?
Oh, that's a big old loud 10-4 right there. I'm just looking to, our good boy, our good hungry boy. I'm looking to know who he's gonna get hitched to in a couple days.
Oh, I think that's actually your decision. You need to help him find his bride among the locals when he arrives, so that he can find his bride from this world.
So what you're telling me right now is like an ear of corn still in the field. He has not yet picked.
That is correct.
10-4. That is a Vanish-sized 10-4, buddy. Over and out.
Yeah. No, we don't have a name.
Okay. Turns back to the violet-robed people, slowly and clearly uncomfortable with what he just heard.
By this point, Iggy also walks over to form, like, the trio.
Word. So it seems Gregor will decide. You wouldn't be trying to decide for Gregor, would you?
It is our responsibility to put forward our candidate so that his chosen representatives, looking pointedly at you, may choose the most fitting bride.
And it will be done for Gregor. However...
Wait, Captain
What?
Sergeant, first grade.
What?
I know how to choose.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. Well, speak.
No, I point to them and I don't really know what to do, so my hands are shaking and I start gripping the trigger of my gun while gunning my chainsword.
Oh, okay. And I put my hands on his hands and sort of just easy.
Okay, yeah. They gotta go. I have an idea.
Very well. And he sort of waves him to calm down, do his breathing exercises or whatever Alexander does.
I turn to the Captain Sergeant and I say,
Idris, you take Alexander. I'll disperse the crowd.
Very well. And he leans in and he goes, but if they have any good workers, perhaps get them.
I'll see what I can do.
Alexander, come on. We need to do your exercises again. And I lead him further into the rubble.
I turn to this crowd of people and go,
Anybody want to build a chapel?
Not particularly ourselves, but we might be able to procure some assistance.
Then please procure the assistance.
comply! And I launch I empty the clip into the sky, reload, do it again until they have run, screaming from the piazza.
Okay. Give me an impressing civilians roll.
Yeah, motherfucker! Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah, motherfucker!
You were right there at being nice. I was like, oh, yay. And then,
motherfucking 5.
nice. They scatter.
Hell yeah. I just kind of nod at them and then go back to shooting bricks. At this point, Iggy has forgotten what he was building, but he's too scared to ask. So he's just on the ground with his like little hand cannon.
Okay.
In the background, Adrius and Alexander are doing the poorest attempt at yoga in Space Marine suits.
Surprisingly
Call this
survived.
free pose.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, my idea, Sergeant Captain, first grade.
Yes, please.
Well, we have a propensity for parades, and Gregor, hungriest of lads,
Yes, of course.
loves parades.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're following me.
Yes.
What we do during the parade, we have a moving float, perhaps using some sort of grav car. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. But we have both Carly Parker and Jace Milley fight to the death.
So you're suggesting the most holy of parades for the Emperor,
Yes,
with some sort of moving spectacle with vehicles and things of the like,
yes,
and a fight to the death between the potential betrothed.
yes.
And he starts thinking for a little bit. Well, I guess only the strongest would be proper for the Emperor.
Only the strongest would be the proper one for the Emperor.
I believe we have a parade to plan.
Yes! Comply!
At this point, Iggy walks back with the mortar over to Adrius and goes,
I guess it's about that time then. Should probably.
Yes, the mortar will be.
What? Are we not?
"This is a bad time."
Are we not doing it?
Does a whole bunch of like cut it out kind of body language.
You want me to kill it? Do gestures so that you do it now.
There's different. Iggy, we were just planning for a proper parade.
A parade, comply!
Yes, exactly.
I drop the mortar. It goes off into like a building.
Absolutely.
I do not notice.
Your
I'm
mortar
just so
goes off,
excited.
it destroys a nice factory.
Incredible. Was it a mortar factory?
Would you like it to be a mortar factory?
No, I don't. I don't need that much
It's
collateral
a bomb
damage.
factory.
Oh, great. Okay, that's so much better. Thank you.
Don't think too hard about that.
I won't.
Yeah, right.
Realize I have to stop screaming because I have neighbors, but comply they will.
Comply.
They will comply as well.
We are going to throw a parade for the Emperor that will have the betrothed potentials that I guess the people of this place are bringing out for the hungriest of lads to decide which will be proper for him. Which at the end of the parade, there will be a battle in which the betrothed will decide based on who survives, who is proper for Gregor.
I turn to Alexander and I go,
Did you think of that?
Yes, Iggy, I did.
Alexander the Bloody Brilliant.
and I just like slap my hand on your shoulder.
I sweat underneath my helmet, but you can't see. I'm very confused and also a little excited by this. Yes.
All right then, lads. We have two tasks that need to be taken care of then. We need to make sure that this chapel is proper for the Emperor's wedding, and we need to get a parade in order.
At which point, you see on the horizon, smoke rising from a section of city far away. The sounds of screaming reaches your ear.
What is that?
Permission to investigate.
Granted. Fly!
Zoom, zoom.
Okay.
Alexander.
You two...
Alexander,
Yes.
back him up.
Yes. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
And Adrius will just say over the comm, should you need further assistance, just say so. I will continue on the chapel.
We will clear whatever problem this is. The hungriest boy today hungers for both blood and love. We'll be ready
Meow,
for it.
meow.
Meow. Fucking meow.
And Adrius will continue to work on the chapel.
The midday sun rises high. As you arrive at the source of the smoke, you see purple-robed individuals leading citizens of the city around in chains. Some buildings burning as thugs ransack it and pull people screaming out into the streets to be manacled and brought before them.
I think this is the first time I'm going to use this skill. I'd like to walk up to one of them and just tap him on the shoulder and go, "Excuse me, what's going on here?"
Okay, that's being nice to civilians.
Yep, that's the one. Haven't used that one yet. That's a 7.
Okay, you walk up. As you do, the ground crunches beneath you. You destroy a few buildings, a few grav cars along the way, unfortunately, and then you tap him on the shoulder. And what did you say?
I said,
Excuse me, what's going on here?
We are fulfilling the requests of of your commander. We are gathering workers to build the chapel, as well as materials.
kind of look around and I go, "You fucking know that's not what he meant, you chav."
He did not mean this?
I shoot this man in the head and I turn around and go, "Is there someone else I could talk to, please?" Just look, bam! Just turn around.
You shoot him in the head. He dies horribly. The next one comes up. I'm sorry, is this not what you wanted?
Oh, finally, someone's speaking my language. No, clearly not. We're looking for workers. I suppose we do need a fair amount of bones. So, like, kill half the workers, but the other half should be jumping at the opportunity to build something for the God Lord Child Gregor. What do these people look like they don't want to do it?
Well, we tried to have them do it willingly, but they wanted to be paid and stuff like that. Come on, they should be doing it for the service of Gregor.
I do have to say he's got a point. I don't actually see a problem with this.
It does have a point, but in that case, then if they wanted to be paid for doing something that they should do for free for Lord Gregor, why did you not immediately execute them as heretics?
Well, that's where we're getting the materials from.
Ah,
The others seem to have learned and are now just accepting servitude and slavery.
so this is sort of an in-progress thing.
Yes.
Great, thank you. I shoot him in the head. And I turn to Alexander and I
As his killed corpse falls to the ground, I look at him and say, "Hey, good job."
gathering
The
materials.
guy on the ground, and then I look at you and I said, "Awesome, good job."
Thank you. I tried really hard. I didn't empty the whole clip. Felt it was a waste.
No. Yeah, it's not worth it.
Well, I mean, maybe we'll be a little short on the worker front, but we'll certainly have supplies.
We'll have plenty of bones.
Yeah, plenty of bones. I'm content with this. This seems fine.
Yeah, I think this is good. But before we go, the Captain Sergeant First Grade, what do you think?
I mean, it was kind of on the fence, but like that speech he gave
Yeah,
about the hungry boy,
the hungriest boy.
shivers again.
Shivers. Yeah.
Either I'm coming down with like galactic fever, or I don't know. I think that man just he gets me, you know,
Iggy.
right where it counts.
Iggy, it has to be the second thing because you're physically impossible to get sick.
I always forget about that. Right.
Yeah.
He turns to you and he go,
I take a coin out of my pocket and just drop it on the ground and go,
don't think it's necessary.
I never really.
It's, of course, a Space Marine sized coin, so it's almost like.
it's really a manhole
Like
cover that I
pancake
picked up
size,
like
yeah.
yesterday. Yeah, but I just, I needed something to flip. Yeah.
It's a fucking.
I
joke.
thought about that too. I was like, wait a second.
I don't understand the relevance of that coin, but I trust that everything's going to be okay now. And I look off, expressionless at the sun.
I just kind of look at this coin and I go,
Okay, it's a really long story about a Mastodon class airlock. It's honestly unimportant.
and I also look at the sun and I go,
We did a good thing here today.
You did a great thing here today.
Zoom zoom.
Comply.
Jump packs were the best decision.
this
we
was
made
the
all of
best
fucking thing.
choice. Yes.
Okay, you all arrive back at the chapel as the sun is beginning to set.
How are we looking? I shouldn't have. Oh, fuck me.
Not good. I threw garbage rolls through the night.
I need 2 from Adrius because he stayed.
Very well. A 6 and a 3.
Could be worse.
I feel like we're on like a 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of formula with all of our rolls. So
Better than the opposite. We're making
yeah.
progress.
that's fair. That's fair. We're just making a mound of rubble.
What a glorious mound.
Who would like to go next?
Oh god, I'll do it. I'll just get it over with. Is that the right die? Yes, it is. That's an 8. Okay, that's an 8.
And Alexander.
I also rolled an 8.
Boom, twinsies.
Okay. Okay.
Build a chapel for the boy god.
Okay, the chapel is starting to come together. You have actually managed to finish the framework of bone. You haven't been able to fill anything in yet, but at least the structures are in place.
How much
At
time
which
to go?
point, the masses of forced workers begin making their way. Roughly
Okay.
a quarter of the city's population appears to be there represented.
Okay,
They will not
that's-
be terribly effective workers, but they will do something.
That's what we're looking for. All
They
right.
also bring materials worth about a quarter of the city's population.
As in bones?
Yes,
Fuck yeah.
I mean, and the rest of it. Basically, everybody is carrying a dead person.
Awesome.
We can use the skin as a semi-concrete like bonding agent. This is wonderful.
Perfect. Perfect.
Brilliant.
This one is getting so many content warnings.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Who leads this group? Step forward.
A purple-robed man steps forward.
I'm the leader of this group now.
All right. What's your name?
My name is Willie Jackson.
So, was that Jack Sunch?
Sanch.
Jack Sanch. Got it. Okay. Jack Sanch. That's a new one.
Nobleman Jack Sanch, you are to oversee parts of this construction. I want to see the foundation reinforced and the floors made acceptable for particularly hearty, strong, and dutiful individuals to the Emperor. Do you understand?
Give me an impressing civilians roll.
No, I really should be shooting guns off. Okay. A 4.
Okay. He looks
Could
at
have been
you,
a 20.
nods.
Of course we will do what we can.
Good. Get to work.
But if I may, so near the godchild's bedtime.
That's a fair point. Everybody, tuck each other in. We work at the crack of dawn.
And they do so. They begin fashioning blankets from whatever they have at hand with the Godchild's motto of reduce, reuse, recycle.
Praise
And they
be.
tuck themselves in for a night's sleep in this courtyard.
Adrius heaves a heavy sigh and he goes, So, is anyone staying up past bedtime?
I had a design for the bathroom that I really wanted to get done.
Gives a slow nod.
I, in a moment of just like desperation, go,
I can help you with that in the morning.
Maybe I should go to sleep as well.
Maybe you should.
I look slowly between the two of you, and then I just fall forward asleep and collapse onto my chest.
I turn to Adrius and prostrate myself, and I go,
I'm sorry. I did not mean to tamper with evidence. I just wanted to give him every chance he's due for.
Trying to save one of your brothers.
And he takes a couple purposeful, solemn steps forward.
Serving the Emperor, even at the cost of yourself. Impressive, Iggy. Very impressive. I believe it's time for bed.
I between the two of you as you're standing kind of over me, I let out a proper squeaky, loud Space Marine fart. That's enough to deafen the old.
oh yeah, I'm fully asleep, like in my kneeling position. I knelt down and just like went to sleep halfway through your beautiful speech.
Adrius stands there for far too long, waiting for a response, not realizing that you're asleep in a kneeling position.
Also, maybe staying up past somebody's bedtime.
Exactly. And he goes, oh, and he sort of slowly hunches Iggy down so that Iggy can actually be laying down on his back.
Right.
I would have died.
And then he collapses and goes to sleep.
All right, which brings us to the
Fifth day?
This is fifth.
I think we're at fifth day.
He's getting here tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
it. This is the game.
Yep.
It is the dawning of the 5th day.
Oh fuck! We have to plan a parade. God fucking shit! I forgot.
So excited.
Brothers,
I'm awake.
I'm blind.
we don't have much time. We must make the most of this day. I trust both of your commitments and abilities to planning an outstanding parade. So I will task the two of you to this arduous task. It must be perfect for the hungry lad. You will not fail the Emperor, or your lives are forfeit.
No,
Understood?
Sergeant Captain.
Yes, Sergeant Captain, first grade.
And whatever it takes, scour the land for everything and anything that is needed for this parade. I will see to these.
He takes a look around him to all of the slaves and purple nobles and whatnot.
Citizens, that they properly erect a chapel deserving for Gregor. That's all I got.
Oh, right,
yeah.
right. Zim.
Yeah. We're just like
Important question. Do you give them the plans for your bathroom,
I,
Alexander?
George, odds or evens?
Odds.
Ooh, that's some conflict right there. I can see it in his eyes.
Yeah, no, that's a. This man
Because
has
you
made a
asked
choice.
me, the question behind that is the intention that I would forget, which I did. And thus I did because I rolled a 5. So yes, I forgot to tell him the plan for the bathroom.
Okay.
My heresy knows no bounds.
The God Emperor's poops will be suboptimal. No!
Oh, no.
Die.
You just better double down on that parade, buddy.
So,
Thanks.
how are you building a parade?
Well, I love the grav cars idea, as
Yeah.
I am a grav car nut myself, as that is my fascination. Can I do gather information plus a D10?
Yes.
I don't know why I sound excited about this. That makes
I
it
don't know
worse.
either.
But hey, okay, I rolled a 3 and an 8. The 8 was on. Well, it doesn't matter because it's just a higher roll. So 8.
Okay. So you were looking for grav cars.
Like impressive. I'm looking for like classic grav cars. I'm talking like War of Carnage era grav cars, like the glassing of Epidermia grav cars, like that shit.
You survey the area and eventually you find a building made mostly of glass. Inside of it, you can see displays of old cars on multiple floors rising up.
Fuck yeah.
And, grav cars rising up. Seeing what you desire, you very quickly walk through the glass wall, walking through it, and unfortunately also damaging a support pillar. The building begins to shudder.
Is there a cool one?
Define cool to Iggy. What kind of car would Iggy
Oh,
want? What kind of grav
Fuck.
car?
I can see him in a convertible, like hairless scalp and lipless face, just agog in the breeze. Kind of a Thunderbird, sort of fins on the back, grenade launcher, fucking oil slick, fuzzy dice.
Are you describing
Railgun.
Speed Racer?
Yes, I am describing the car from Speed Racer. The railgun is non-negotiable. I could do without the fuzzy dice.
Surveying the area, you do see what looks to be this the car from Speed Racer, which was, of course, a VidCon that you enjoyed while you were stationed on the bridge as an ensign, where you had
watched
that
it all the time.
horrendous. Yes. So I will. I'm assuming you take it.
Yeah. Is it big enough for me to drive, or would I like crush it by yes?
It is absolutely big enough for you to try.
Charge. I zoom through the glass ceiling. Which is not a metaphor. That just came out, unfortunately. And land like next to it and open it up. And I turn to Alexandra and I go, "Get in, bitch. We're gonna throw a fucking parade."
And I hop in.
Holding parades with your extra D10.
Oh no!
Yeah. Welcome to my life. I've been rolling that 20 this whole goddamn time.
Now here's the thing.
Should I roll?
No, that is worse. That's a 1 and a 16. That is a Sophie's bad choice.
Does Joe
Get a
need to roll
16.
anything?
Can Joe
Is he
help
doing
me?
anything,
Can Joe
or is he just
save
getting
me?
in the car?
I'm just getting in the car. I just don't know if you need me to.
He can't save you, but he can make it worse if he wants.
A tantalizing offer.
I just get in the car, I guess.
Excellent. Get in the car. You put your foot on what you assume is the go pedal.
I'm used to ships. I do not
takes
do
off.
well on land.
It takes off through the wall, through the glass. As it does, a grenade falls off your pack behind you, hitting the ground, exploding, giving you a nice explosion to drive away from. Unfortunately, that also sends the building crashing down to the ground, destroying many other buildings around it as you hear a now very decimated population in this location again begin to scream out in pain and misery.
Oh, listen, they're cheering for the glory of the Emperor.
The glory of the Emperor. Really amazing stuff. Nice vehicle you've chosen here.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't even know that grav cars looked like this. I just sort of thought, I imagined it, but this is if I still had tear ducts that weren't fused into the inside of my eyeballs, I'd be crying with joy right now.
Adrius, back at you.
Yes.
The forced workers have begun working on the chapel.
Glorious.
Do you do anything?
Well, obviously, I'm going to lift all of the heavy things.
Okay, you begin trying to assist them by lifting heavy things into place. There are some large creature bones that they have managed to find, which you are trying to shape into some kind of grand fixture for the entryway.
Yes, I'll certainly handle all of the heavy work and allow them to do the tiny things that, as I've tried to gingerly touch people on shoulders, take clothes, I really realize I have no restraint whatsoever in intimacy. And I'm content with that. I'm okay. I'm at peace.
Okay,
So here we
lifting
go.
heavy objects.
Got a 1.
You lift your heavy objects. You unfortunately forget that part of putting them down is that they do not stay where you lifted them to, crushing quite a few of your workers and slowing their progress.
What were you doing under there? Nobody be under me when I'm lifting things. That's an imperial
sorry.
decree.
We apologize. We will be sure to avoid you in the future.
Well, you're not supposed to just avoid me, though. Just don't be under me.
Of course. I apologize for the misunderstanding.
All right. And again. And you'll just keep doing it. I mean, if I run through all the people because I keep getting squished, that's just imperial, imperial decision.
And at that point, back to Iggy. Where are you guys going now?
Iggy,
It
wait.
is, yeah.
You know what parades need?
I mean, I could think of a lot of things, but what if you say your answer and I say my answer on the count of 3?
Okay, this is the only way to do this. Yes.
Wait, that's not how that works on Zoom.
Same time. No, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be so good. It's going to be great. Nothing can go wrong.
Nothing can go wrong. 3.
1.
Shit. Sorry.
No. We had it. I'll go with you.
Yeah.
3,
3,
2, 1. Napalm.
I said wild animals and you said napalm.
No, that's what I said. I said wild animals as well.
Okay, well, napalm would have been okay as well. But yes,
But
let's
then
go
I
to the
said
zoo.
napalm. I admit it. Yeah, no, I said that.
No, it's okay. You can be honest. But yes, let's go to the zoo.
Okay, and I just hit the wheel, fucking Tokyo drift this shit, Vanish drifting as hard as I can with the grav lift. I hope that the road buckles beneath the extra gravitational push of this car as I just turn in a direction that feels like the zoo would be in. I'm driving on intuition, baby. Gregor, take the wheel. Also, it should be noted, Iggy, though he is a grav car enthusiast because of the vids that he used to watch, has never driven one before. This is just all based on luck.
Okay, so I'm gonna need you to give me a high-low.
Oh, yes. Always go for low.
No.
Wow.
Is that not
is-
the show policy? Did I fuck
Yeah,
up?
yeah. It's been nice.
Like
having
I
you.
said, always go for high. Just like the animals
Always
and
go
high
low.
rolls. No low, no napalm.
You begin making your way through the city as you make your epic turn. Yes, the road does buckle, and as it does, you make your way over a bridge which collapses,
Fucking
driving
sick.
you down another pathway until eventually you do hear the chorusing cry of animals up ahead. As I rolled a 6, you're lucky you went against show policy.
Yeah, baby! Always go for low. I turn to Alexander and I go, is that more cheering or is that animal?
No, those are animals for sure. If I only ever knew anything about them instead of reading all those old national.
Yeah, come on,
almanacs.
figure
The
it out.
National, yeah. No. I saw that
Almanacs.
once in a
National
vid.
almanac.
The National Almanacs.
I put a hand sort of like behind your seat and I'm driving one-handed. I just go,
Well, I guess it's about time you saw some fucking animals.
and I, again, just needlessly this time, cut the wheel. I'm drifting in the direction I'm going just to sort of make a point.
The gravitational force is kicking up the road underneath, spraying it into the buildings along the way.
Amazing. That's some grade A shrapnel right there for the glory of Gregor.
I'm sitting there like super calm, not even.
This is fine.
This is completely fine. This doesn't
As
bother
you
me
make
at
your
all.
way to the zoo, Adrius, you continue lifting things and putting them down.
I sure do. Here we go.
Okay.
Whoop. Another one.
No!
Possible.
We have rolled so many ones tonight.
Yeah, pretty abysmal.
Statistically,
Pretty
this
abysmal.
is just
You see a particularly
Amazing.
heavy object, and you go to lift it. Unfortunately, it proves to be part of the support structure of what has been built, and what is around you begins to collapse.
Excellent work, my lord. That was shoddily built. Thank you for identifying it.
Of course. Everybody stay away from over here. I'm going to just clear out this shoddy part.
I love our boss.
Pushes it over.
Okay.
All right, we have the Emperor coming. Please, pick it up, people.
You can give me an impressing civilians if you want to push your luck.
I mean, par for the course. Here we go. Come on, D20.
Let's see it.
Let's
Let's
see
see
that
it.
20. Whoop. That's a 2. So not even any potential success, just doubling down on failure.
Okay, and we go back to Bloody Iggy.
Oh, hell yeah. That's our couple name. Love that.
I like that.
Yeah, I drift like through the gates of the zoo, and the car sort of spins out in such a way that Alexander can make like a dope entrance.
Yes, like in that movie Sesame Street. So I step out of the vehicle really calmly with my hands kind of like just fingers intercurled, really, really calm. I just step out as he's like spinning around me in a maelstrom of metal and gravity. And I look at the map of the zoo, and I look for what I would think, because I know nothing about animals, they just fascinate me. I look for whatever I would think by the name alone would be the most fascinating and exciting thing for the Emperor to see.
Gather information with your animal disadvantage.
Yes, that's everything I've ever wanted to hear. You take the highest, I got a 9.
Could be
Okay, it could be worse. You see one thing that appears to be, well, it has the largest space, and there appear to be more pens feeding into it for some reason. And its name is very intimidating to a normal person, not to you. To you, the Sabersaurus Rexification Gigantus does not mean much, but
That's really cool. I have to go get it. So I take a mental note of the map, look around for a second, and then just
Okay.
charging towards that.
I'm just sort of driving behind him.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Great. Okay. You make your way to the pen, and inside of it you can see what appears to be a very, very large, four-limbed creature. It dwarfs even you. On its face is 4 mouths with slathering jaws. Behind it is this tail with a spike at the end of it. It has horns running down the length of its body. As it kicks its feet down, you see the claws ripping into the earth beneath.
Iggy,
Ah.
do you think the Emperor would like this as a part of his parade?
I can't think of anything the Emperor would like more than this horrible slavering monstrosity.
Iggy,
Yeah.
may I say that you have been a profoundly honest and good friend and brother.
Can I just say that you have been my second most recent friend?
Full stop.
I am unfazed as I look at you dead on with my expressionless helmet.
Also same.
But I let it lock for a second. And then I just bend the bars of the bed and walk in.
I pull my pistol out of my holster. I'm still with like one hand on the wheel, just gangster style, and I pointed at the nearest like zoo authority that I can denote, and I go, "We are requisitioning this beautiful slavering abomination for the Emperor. You will comply."
Do you fire?
No.
Then make me that impressing civilians roll.
Yeah, prepare to be impressed, asshole. That's a 6.
He nods furiously.
Oh! I didn't
amazing.
even have to impress him to death.
It feels good when it works. It feels good.
Really does. I will give this game credit. When you succeed, it feels good.
Yeah, it really does.
Oh God, it's so rare. Is it on me? I'm just gonna get on top of this thing and ride it.
Okay. Holding parades roll with your disadvantage.
Incredible.
Yes. My holding parades is a D20, and I'm gonna D10, take the highest. I rolled an 11 and a 9, and the D20 is the 11. So yes, obviously, because math. Yes, I rolled an 11.
Okay, you charge, you jump on top of this beast, you grip it by some horns, you make it rear back, and then charge forward, leaping the pen, charging through the zoo, stomping on countless other animals, stomping on the poor guard that he had been talking to and gotten your permission from as you charge out into the street.
I try to make it stop to rear and then look at Iggy, and I'm like, okay, I guess the last thing we're gonna need is some sort of platform that also floats that the two betrothed potential ladies can fight to the death on. Also, maybe some bone armor. I don't know. I thought that'd be kind of cool, but I was just thinking of stuff.
Like for them or for us?
I mean, for us it's always cool, but probably for them.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense than what I just said. Yeah, so we need something big that floats.
Yeah.
Right.
And we cut back to Adrius.
I'm sure that my brothers have the parade well in hand. They're probably just making sure it's a long, thorough parade, not made of only, say, two, 3 objects. That would be small, possibly even pitiful for the sake of the. But I'm sure that they have it well in hand. I need to focus in on this chapel. This chapel needs to be perfect for the Emperor. All right, here we go. And I'm gonna pick up something else.
Give me that lifting heavy objects roll.
Another one.
Oh my God!
Thank you so much for taking the time to enjoy our show. New episodes of our main series release every first and third Monday of the month, but this special Grab Bag Gaming has another episode waiting. If you want to stay up to date on our releases, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at RPG Blender, or subscribe on your podcast app of choice. You can also find us on YouTube for some RPG tutorial videos at The RPG Blender, or join us for some live tabletop action on Twitch at RPG Blender. Links in the description. Music is The Punk Rock Show by MyPreMickey, copyright 2012, licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution license. Thank you again, and remember, there's gaming outside the Forgotten Realms.